Alright, we took off this one here on the left side, this one here on the right side. They were 12 millimeter. Got them right here. Then these two smaller ones, those were 10 millimeter. Took them off from the coolant overflow deal. They came off from right in here. This little bit plugs right into the side of here by the cap. These whole assemblies here just pull right off the top of that. So that's the left side. Here's the right side. It has the yellow thing for the hood holder. We were already pretty loose. I'm going to undo this next. Okay, on the left side of the vehicle at the bottom of the radiator, there's a fan plug-in right here. It's got a green and yellow and a black wire. So we'll plug that back in. There's two transmission lines, I guess, that run in. The longer one goes to the left side of the radiator. The shorter one goes to the right side. I'm going to go under and unclip both of the fan electrics, and then try to get the bottom bolt off the bottom of the coolant, and then there's probably a couple more things like this down there to undo. Alright, I've got it out. So underneath the car, I had to take off. So this is the bottom of the radiator. This one just needed a Phillips to get that off. Water did pour out of that, so be ready for that, or antifreeze if that's what you have in there. Probably do. This was one transmission fluid intake, the shorter line. This was the longer one. So I used a clamp to pinch off the tube underneath the car temporarily, and a vice grip on the other one. And then, so there was nothing to unscrew on the bottom. It just lifted straight out of the top of the car, and these were really easy to get off here, these little plugs. Okay, there's the new radiator. Gonna move the fans across and the cap, and then I'll slide it back in and reconnect stuff. So on the new radiator, I do not have a piece of foam here. On the old one, it came with this squishy foam here all along the top. I'm assuming that's to sort of assist with the air going through and cooling the water and not kind of coming in and blowing up this way. So I might just hot glue this onto the new one. I'm going to tear it off and glue it onto the new one. Okay, I think we might be golden. We have top big water intake into the radiator, reattached and firmed. We have this little line here coming over from the overflow, reattached and firm. We got these locked on here, locked down, and we got the coolant in place and locked down. We have the transmission line in and out, locked down and on, and we got the water out, or I'm not sure which one's in or out, but anyway, I think that's out, back down there. That's back on. We have fans back plugged in. Now on the very bottom down here is the right there where my finger is pointing at is the drain thing. I poured some water in here before just to test to make sure that was not open. It was shut when I received it, so it's still shut. This piece of foam I just kind of put in here and pinched it in here. I didn't actually end up gluing it in there, so that worked okay. So I'm going to put some radiator fluid in here and call it good. Another important step in this process is to make sure to put in a nice grizzly chew.